this game ends up going the distance here, simply because... Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here on Expedition Lost for Game 3 of a potential best of 9 here between two incredibly talented players, but our incumbent and our current king of the hill spawns in the bottom left position as the yellow Zerg player representing mYinsanity. He's Petraeus. And over in the top, ladies and gents, one of the European Terran wonders of recent times. I had the pleasure of commentating when he won the Gfinity G3 challenge in the Olympic Arena in London. And I'm very excited to be seeing him again soon. Representing Team Liquid, it's Bunny. Righty-ho then. This time around, we have, wow, a very, very far scout out here. We're not going to be seeing any sneaky bases or something like that. He's actually just scouting for potential proxy barracks, by the way, if anybody is wondering. Expedition Lost, of course, is a two-player map, so they know that they've spawned at opposite spawns. These are not spawn locations. So just using a drone early on is Petraeus to make sure he is not the subject of any sort of crazy cheese coming out of his Team Liquid opponent. Meanwhile, over here in the blue corner, a barracks is going down prior to any gas going down, prior to any command center, so we're mixing it up just a little bit from Bunny. We could be seeing a 1-Rax gas expand pop out from this map, and there is the initial marine. So are we going to be popping it onto this sort of ledge here to try and keep Zerglings and Overlords out and then go straight with the command center on the low ground? It looks like that's what's happening here, all the way up to 400 minerals as the first marine pops out. In time to stop this Overlord from seeing? Probably not. No, he's actually staying inside the base. So the Overlord will spot this command center right now, and the timing on that should really tell Petraeus, okay, this wasn't quite a CC first, but it was a pretty quick CC. He probably doesn't have any gas, is a reasonable assumption to make. If he went CC first, this would be probably more than halfway done by now, by the way. So that's what Petraeus should be able to decipher from seeing that kind of timing. In the meantime, after the hatch, we've gone for the pool and then the gas and the pool here. I'm going to be getting a Zergling speed reasonably shortly, so just keep an eye on that gas, and whether Petraeus takes some of his drones off of the extractor afterwards, if he's planning on taking up reasonably quickly, or if he just wants Zergling speed for early map control, and then he wants to try and macro up and see if he can't hold on to potentially a third base. So he's taken all 3 drones off. There we go. That's what we were talking about here. And are we going to see a third base down very quickly? We'll find out soon. Transferring those drones that used to be on gas as well as we continue to make drones and really speed up the rate at which we're harvesting minerals from the natural expansion. You can see the Zergling speed, there's 0 gas, but he doesn't need it for anything else right now. Bunny placing his bunker a little bit further back. A lot of players might place it here. Bunny wants to make sure he also covers the ramp going up into the main base. He's not too worried about units going through there because frankly his unit control is just fantastic. So absolutely no issues there for him at the moment. And there we go. That's the third base we were talking about a little bit earlier, guys. Petraeus putting that down now and saying with Zergling speed and a couple links out on the map, I should be able to comfortably spot the timings for when you come out with your army. He's also nibbling away at this rock tower. Now I like this because once the debris is here, that just reduces the number of paths Bunny is going to be able to take. Ooh, as an Overlord gets sniped by the looks of things, and Petraeus is on 38 out of 36 health. And once this goes down, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Bunny to attack Petraeus early on in this game. So Bunny being a bit defensive at the moment. Now we've got the factory coming up and the reactor on the barracks. Second barracks going down and a third one indeed inside the main. And the third command center is already complete. So very, very macro heavy build. And Petraeus, does he spot all of it at the moment? He hasn't seen the third CC has become an orbital command area yet, but that's the only thing. Admittedly, quite a critical thing. But he has seen Bunny play like this before as well. Now, Baneling is 3/4 of the way complete, but I assure you this isn't for a massive immediate Baneling attack. It's going to be for basically defense and making sure he gets Baneling speed up so that when he does start massing Banelings, it's going to be fine. The Tastelope here just sort of sniffing out and checking out this third base location, wanting to give it his approval. And a couple of queens joining up here as well. So they'll be able to spread creep tumors from both sides, by the way. So we're going to be seeing creep moving out towards this direction. But crucially as well, we need to see these creep tumors get up this ramp and connect the natural and third base ASAP. Here come the first two Hellions, just the two. Nothing absolutely scary right now. Needs to be careful of that drone being transferred, but the Hellions just move right on by. They will confirm the third base is here. And the queens will confirm that they're not welcome. So, generally speaking, information being handed out all around. Back home, in the meantime, the double engineering bay. Are we being slightly familiar with this at this point? Moving out here as well. Looks like the ice at the back of this base is also getting knocked down. Now, this is a back entrance into the main, so he has to be a little wary of that. And we're going straight into medevac production a la Game 2. That seemed to do very, very well for Bunny. A little bit of a call down of supply there, but managing to spot that pretty quickly. There was no major supply block. Of course, we would rather that be a mule, but no matter. 5 Marines at a time now being produced. A couple of defensive banelings from Petraeus now. He's up to 62 workers versus the 49 SCVs of our Terran player, by the way, just to give you a heads up on that. And we have got the layer this time being produced at the natural expansion as opposed to the main base with a macro hatch en route as well. And as far as tech, of course, the layer's only just being started now. So we don't actually have a spire down yet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that immediately get put down as soon as that's done. A double drop coming out for Bunny now as he puts down his third. There is the layer finishing, so we'll keep an eye out for layer tech. We can see this Overlord spread instantaneously spots the medevacs incoming to the main base. And we'll be able to see that actually Terran units are very, very unwelcome here. A lot of Marines actually getting picked off. I think 4 of them from those 2 medevacs as Petraeus is forced to repeat inside his base. Is he able to pick up some Marines on the medevac and just dump to like 3 of them here to kill off the Overlord? Okay, he's doing that anyway. But the Zerglings are here and they're waiting. He wouldn't mind if the Banelings get wasted, but I don't think he can quite afford to do that right now, does Bunny. We have a secondary attack coming in against a third base location. It's only a single Hellion and a bunch of Marines as well, but there are only slow Zerglings and, slow Banelings rather, and Speedlings defending here. So Bunny does need to be a little bit careful not to overextend. He's moving the other 2 medevacs down to potentially join up the forces here. Ooh. Wow, that was a painful death into the canyon there, and that wasn't effective at all. This drop actually gets picked off as well. Yes, a couple of units survive, but this is not enough to actually do sizable amounts of damage unless Petraeus chooses to willfully ignore him, and I can assure you that is not going to be happening here, as this is the King of the Hill event. After all, $375 is on the line in this best of 9. And Bunny has comfortably taken his third. He hasn't had to defend against this. Yes, he's got a bunker here, but it's been empty, guys. So he's actually been okay. The 4th base has also been taken, though, for Petraeus. So both sides have been out in the middle of the map, sort of little skirmishes here and there. I wouldn't say there's any drastic sort of news as far as bases and base defenses are concerned. Almost pure Banelings coming at this army. And Bunny wisely suggesting that he's going to have to get the heck out of dodge. And now we have a big attack coming in against this base here. It looks like the Banelings are not required to actually pick off that bunker. And we're going to be streaming in actually to the main and the natural as well. A lot of Zerglings at the natural. Here come the Banelings in support. This could get dangerous. He's going to target the SCVs first. Oh my god, that's a lot of SCVs going down. He's got plenty more where that came from. More units streaming in to the top right-hand position. All of Bunny's bases are now being infiltrated by Zerglings and Banelings. He was expecting the fight to get taken. He was hoping that this army would be aiding in the defense. Instead, Petraeus went, nope, not interested in that. And he just rolled right on by. The natural expansion, still a couple of Zerglings here being annoying. A lot of this has been cleaned up. Getting gunked up as well by the Overseers there. Nice little bit of micro. And here come the rest of the Zerglings into the main base. There are a number of Marines, and I think with SCV help, they will be able to clean this up. But number of workers killed this game, guys, 39-5, and there's no prize for guessing in whose favor. It looks like I was about to say, due to the presence of the 2 dots, it looks like Bunny has a sustained presence in this base, and he does. But only with medevacs, and they don't do an awful lot of damage on their own, guys. Or even with help, for that matter. So, Petraeus at the moment feeling very, very good here in game number 3. He's up 110 to 60 supply. I think that supply count tells all the difference right now. And 22 SCVs to 61 Zerglings. What a great move by those Zerglings and Banelings to completely bypass the third and focus on getting damage done in the main and natural. And we have the Zerg Swarm moving in now. Ooh, a couple of good Baneling hits there to start this engagement off, with Petraeus knocking on the door of the main base. And look at this, he's streaming in to the third as well. Oh, the natural expansion, pardon me. Both sides, once again, these Zerglings have absolutely no answer right now. The main base has all of the medevacs. He's got medevacs with no units this time around, so a completely different sort of story here in game number 3. But everything in the natural expansion gets vaporized. We're up to 56 workers killed right now in this game, and there are only 8 SCVs left on the field. Bunny is on the ropes right now. Petraeus is up to 107 army supply. And note, these bases, they're still here. This one's not mining very much, but it is still standing. Those larvae are going to come in useful. And this follow-up attack from Petraeus is going to be devastating. Well, an army of mainly medevacs is not quite going to cut the mustard right now. We have 22 Marines. That is something. But just look at 26 Zerglings and 18... Oh my god! Well, if he gets a couple more Widowmine hits like that, and he may very well get back into the game, but he's got a finite number of those. Good focus firing on the Banelings, but in the end, the last 2 actually do substantial damage here, and Bunny is once again back down to 50 supply. Both sides have 2-2 done. There's a drop trying to pick up this bottom base, actually doing a good job of killing a decent number of workers there, but it's up to 11 this game, and he is trying to fight very, very hard and need to move back uphill. A couple of Mutalisks now trying to chase away the medevac. Will be able to successfully do so. In fact, he's only caring about the medevac right now before he deals with the Marines and the potential Widow Mines on the ground. Drone's going to be helping out as well. A few of the mutas go down, but he doesn't really care at this point. A lot more medevac. This is everything Bunny has right now, guys. He's moving down to the bottom right-hand position. Now he's saying, look, I just need to kill this off. I absolutely need to kill off the economy right now. But he's got 9 workers versus 66. This could be difficult. I think Petraeus is happy to sack this base in exchange for having an army that can absolutely destroy this one in a head-to-head confrontation. A few more Mutalisks, potentially, to sort of kill off the medevacs as they retreat, and that would be the end of the game. We see 3 Zerglings, just 3 Zerglings forcing a lift to this orbital command at the natural expansion. Very, very difficult position to be in if you're Bunny right now. Only up to 55 supply now. Here come a whole bunch of Zerglings and Banelings. Great wraparound. A lot of the Marines dying. And, well, there are medevacs, but what on earth are they supporting? Nothing on the ground. GG! And mYinsanity's Petraeus once again moves ahead in this best of 9 series, taking game number 3 to advance the scoreline to 2-1.